The Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
We are following two breaking news stories here at 10. First, multiple fire departments are working to put out a two-alarm fire at Foxwoods Resort Casino. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We learned just over an hour ago about this fire, so we sent a crew to show us what's happening there. But here's what we do know so far. The fire broke out at David Burke Prime Steakhouse. That's inside one of the buildings on the property next to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, Sugar Factory, and the Norwich Spa. Several fire departments have said they're responding, including Mashantucket, North Stonington, and Ledyard. We're working to find out if anyone is hurt and get a better look at the scene. Fox 61's Jalen Anderson is on the way. We'll check in with him live soon.
We also learned about 30 minutes ago that the Middletown superintendent has been fired.
Yeah, he's been in the hot seat the last week or so after it came out that he was arrested for a DUI in Florida over the summer. The Board of Education met for more than 2 hours tonight. This is the third time in less than a week. So Fox 61's Valerie Moravi was at tonight's emergency meeting to get a look at what happened. Valerie, what did you learn?
That's right, guys. Well, the board went to executive session for nearly 2 hours during the special meeting to ultimately discuss the employment of Superintendent Alberto Vasquez Matos after his DUI incident back in Florida this summer. And tonight, the board actually, Chris Cordella, the spokesperson for the board, told us just moments ago that Vasquez Matos' status has been terminated as of today after being notified by the State Department of Education that the superintendent's certification lapsed as of September of 2025 and was not maintained. Take a listen.
Dr. Vasquez Matos failed to maintain certification in violation of his contract and statutory requirements for employment as the city superintendent. Therefore, by the terms of his contract, his employment has been terminated by his own actions. For someone who's willing to come in, to work with our current central office staff, to continue the day-to-day operations of our public school system, to support our students, to be an advocate for our students and the needs and the parents of the community, as well as to ensure a proper and smooth transition.
Now, Cordella also told us they're looking forward to appoint a new interim superintendent, but they'll have that first discussion this Thursday. For now, live in Middletown, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Thank you, Valerie, and we will share more details with you as we learn more on both of these breaking news stories. You can stay up to date on air and with our free Fox 61 app. Use the QR code on your screen to download it or go to fox61.com 24/7. Developing news also here at 10. Vernon police say they are on the hunt for whoever stabbed a man this afternoon.
Yeah, police say the man in his 40s was stabbed multiple times and had to be airlifted to a hospital. This happened around 4:45 this afternoon near Prospect and Ward Streets. Police do not have a suspect at the time, but they're speaking with a possible witness. Still early in their investigation, and police are trying to figure out if this started inside a home.
It's the clues that we're looking for inside. It looked like it did occur inside and it made its way out into the yard. That's where we kind of are focusing our main search on right now, but no motive as of right now.
Vernon police say the victim was taken to Rockville General, the hospital, then had to be airlifted to Hartford Hospital. His injuries are serious, but we don't know how he's doing this hour. Well, it's certainly cold. There's rain in the forecast too, and could even be a few flurries out there, especially during your commute.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here now with the first check of the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, we are living on the edge with a storm or disturbance, really, that's going to pass predominantly to the south of us. So, let's say 99.9% of the system misses us. But we could just get some fringe effects here on the northern edge. So if you live in southern Connecticut, but especially the immediate shoreline and Fairfield County, this is where we have the best chance for seeing a bit of light rain and maybe a few renegade snowflakes. Right now, temperatures are in the 20s to right around 30 degrees, low to mid 30s for the shoreline. I wanted to show you how close this is. So I'm going to pause here at 6 a.m. and noticing steady snow and steady rain to the south. And we are just on the borderline here. This is 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So again, chance for a little bit of light rain or some showers, maybe a few wet snowflakes early in parts of the state, but most of us wake up dry. Then we'll see clouds break for sun, and it turns out to be a really nice day. Your full forecast is coming up.
there's no excuse for anything other than full, complete disclosure of all the files, not a selected version based on what the Department of Justice wants to disclose.
That is, of course, Senator Richard Blumenthal telling us today that he would be a part of the fight to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. And now we know the House and Senate have both voted to force the Justice Department to release all of its materials on Epstein. The pressure to get those files released has been building for months based on how the government handled Epstein questions.
A vote in the House wasn't even close. Lawmakers say anyone at the DOJ or the FBI who refused to follow the law could now be in legal trouble. A bipartisan group stood with Epstein's victims before the vote and called this a long overdue step. And this all happened after President Trump suddenly backed releasing the files.
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein.
You heard him there. Well, the vote also exposed a split inside the Republican Party. Some of the president's assumed strongest supporters have called this a major fight. Speaker Mike Johnson says he only wanted to protect the privacy of victims before moving forward. And now that the Senate has unanimously approved the bill to force the release of the files, the bill is headed to President Trump's desk to be signed into law. It's still unclear whether they'll add rules that keep victims' names out of the public's eye.
If you want to stay up to date on this story and others, we also have local statements and the others on the Epstein files on our free Fox 61 News app. You can scan the QR code on your screen to download that app.
Well, the Place to Be owner Gina Luari was back in court today. She's been charged with second-degree larceny. Documents allege Luari issued around $10,000 in bad checks for restaurant equipment and services. Luari is already under fire for the sudden closure of several restaurants and even some evictions. She'll be back in court next month. Well, across the state, newly elected officials are being sworn into their positions.
In Enfield, 4 women were elected to the Board of Education. They are hoping to help the district rebound from the last few years.
Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot spoke with them about what this means for them and the challenges and changes they hope to bring.
In the last few years, the Enfield school system has gone through staffing shortages, budget cuts, and so much more. On Tuesday night, newly elected Board of Education members vowed to put students first.
I hope to make Enfield Public Schools proud. Proud of the way we lead, proud of the way we listen, and the way we always keep our students at the heart of it all.
An emotional evening in Enfield Tuesday night. New and former Board of Ed members were sworn in. For members like Tina LeBlanc, who served for 14 years, she says it's time for change.
I think national politics have really infiltrated the town of Enfield, but I'm hopeful with the new majority. They seem very willing to work with across the aisle and work together to make all voices feel heard and seen.
While some board members like LeBlanc stepped away, fresh new faces stepped in.
I taught here for years. I'm a product of these schools, so to be in this role just really means a lot. I'm very excited to help our students and our teachers and our families and our community as a whole.
New members Kelsey McGuire-Bruce and Danielle Gerard said they are committed to tackling budget issues and will advocate for all students.
Helping advocate for all of our students no matter what their needs are. And then there'll be some long-term goals as well, making sure that we're sustaining budgets and funding our schools appropriately and putting into place the supports that our students and our staff need to continue to grow.
Just working collaboratively, like I said, with everybody, and really just bringing that bridge together, like building that bridge so that we can create a better Enfield for everybody, and working with not only the Republicans but the Democrats as well, and our independents and unaffiliates. It doesn't matter. We really need to make sure that we're working together on this.
The town also has a new mayor, Gina Sakala. She says she is looking forward to working collectively with the Board of Education during her term.
We have renewed our dedication to funding and supporting the Board of Education and the schools and the education in Enfield. We will do everything we can to support the Board of Education, to support our teachers, to support our students, to support our staff, and it can only make Enfield better.
Board members tell me they are committed to working together to make sure all voices continue to be heard. In Enfield, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
I-95 northbound is now open in Groton after a fuel truck that was carrying about 1,000 gallons of home heating oil rolled over. The crash happened near exit 88 around 12:15 this afternoon. The driver of the truck was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. State environmental crews handled the spilled oil. There were still delays throughout the afternoon, though, while the work was being done to clear the area.
All right, now Hartford police are asking for the public's help locating a missing woman and her young son. 48-year-old Maria Vasquez was reported missing yesterday afternoon, and she is believed to be with her 6-year-old son. Vasquez is described as 5 feet tall, 175 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Hartford Police Department.
In Tallinn, crews worked quickly to save a building today after a fire. This fire was reported around 10 this morning on Plains Road. Officials say thanks to the quick work of the first responders, engine tankers and water tankers there, the building was saved and wasn't a total loss. Everyone inside was also safe. Right now it's unclear what caused the fire. We have an update for you now on the fire at Foxwoods Resort Casino. The Mashantucket Pequot Tribal National Fire Department says guests are safe and secure from those impacted areas.
Now, the fire is burning in the Grand Pequot Tower at David Burke Prime Steakhouse. The fire department says it is working closely with emergency response teams and that the health and safety of the guests is the top priority. We'll have a live update once our crew arrives on the scene.